Hello, fifth graders. It's Mr. Rindo with this week's Rindo Challenge. Real quick, we're going to be touching on percentages again. And if you didn't do last week's Rindo Challenge, then you probably want to do that one first before exploring this one a little bit. So either way, let's get to this. If I wanted to know, hey, I got an 18 out of 24 on a test, and I wanted to know, like, hey, what percent did I score correctly? What we talked about last week is that percentages ultimately are equivalent fractions out of 100. So I would say, hey, 18 out of 24, or 18 24ths, is equivalent to how many hundredths? And ultimately, what we would have to do is we would have to rename this 24 to get it to become 100. And whatever we do to that denominator, then we would have to repeat it to our numerator. So in this situation, I would take the 24 and I would divide it by 6, because then that would give us a denominator of 4. But then I would take that 4 and I would multiply it by 25, and that would give us 100. So because that's what I'm doing to my denominator, that's what I would also have to do to my numerator. So I would take this 18, divide it by 6, and that gives us 3. And then from there, I would have to replicate that, multiply the 3 times 25, and that would give us 75 hundredths, which is the exact same thing as 75%. So 18 out of 24 would be a 75%. So now let's actually get to something new. This problem says that 12 kids, or 80% of the players on a soccer team, showed up for practice today. How many kids are on the soccer team? So you see what I've already written down. I've written down an equation that more or less represents this problem, that 12 out of some number of kids is the same thing as 80%, or 81 hundredths. And what we want to find out is we want to find out, hey, how many kids are on the soccer team so that 12 of them would be equal to 80%. So go ahead and pause this and give it a shot. And once you think you've got it, go ahead and resume and we'll talk about it. All right, welcome back. So here's what I'm going to do, guys. Right now, I have 12 out of something is equal to 80 out of 100. And I want to find the relationship between 12 and 80. Because right now, I can't find a relationship between an unknown denominator and 100. So I'm going to work left to right. I'm going to think about, hey, how can I turn 12 into 80? And to me, that's actually not too tricky. I would take that 12 and I would, not multiply. I would take it and I would divide it by 3. Sorry about that. Divide it by 3, because that would give me 4. And then after I do that, then I would take that 4 and I would multiply it by 20. So there's our relationship. If I'm trying to find the relationship between 12 and 80, I could divide by 3 to get 4 and then multiply by 20 to get 80. However, there's still kind of a problem here, because if I try to repeat those steps on the bottom, I can't do it like that because we're working left to right now. Like I was going this direction on the top, which means that I would have to go the same direction on the bottom. And how can I do that when I don't have our denominator? I don't know what the denominator is. So what we actually have to do is we now have to go the opposite direction. So I want to talk about that. So if I'm going up here, if I'm going from 80 to 12, then we're actually doing the opposite of what we did before. So instead of right here, where we multiply by 20, I would have to first divide by 20. And then after that, then when we divided by 3, I would have to multiply by 3, because that's the direction I'm going. I'm going the opposite direction. So if I did that, we know that 80 divided by 20 would give us 4. And then 4 times 3 would give us 12. So that is the opposite direction. So now I'm going to repeat those steps on the bottom. Since I'm going left to right, I'm going to take this 100 and I'm going to start by dividing by 20. So if I take 100 and divide it by 20, that's going to give me 5. And now that I've done that, now I'm going to take this 5 and I'm going to multiply it by 3, and that's going to give us the number 15. And from there, now we know, hey, 12 out of 15 kids is the same thing as 80%, because we worked backwards on that when we found the relationship. So go ahead and give the next one a try and kind of see how it goes. 40 kids tried out for the 6th grade football team. 45% of the kids all wanted to be the star quarterback. How many kids tried out for quarterback? So go ahead, pause it, give it a shot, see what you can do. All right, welcome back. So here is our setup. We know that there's 40 kids on the football team, and we know that 45% of them want to be the quarterback. So it's some number out of 40 that want to play quarterback, and we know that that number is equal to 45% or 45/100ths. So essentially what we're doing is we're looking for the relationship between these two fractions to help us solve for this unknown numerator. So this time we have both denominators. So I'm going to talk about, hey, how do I get from 40 to 100? And I hope you guys see that. That's pretty simple. I'm going to go ahead and divide it by 4, because that would give me 10. And then I would take that 10 and I would multiply it times 10, and that would give me 100. So that's if we're going from left to right. Now, if I want to reverse it, because I'm going to have to do that, if I want to go the other direction, well, then instead of multiplying by 10, I would divide by 10. And then instead of dividing by 4, I would multiply by 4. And we can check that. If we do 100 divided by 10, it would give us 10. And then if we take that 10 and multiply by 4, it would give us 40. So we go the opposite direction. We literally do the opposite of what we were doing when we went from left to right. So now we know if we are going from 45 to an unknown number, I need to divide by 10 first. And then after that, then I need to multiply times 4. So if I take 45 and divide it by 10, that's a nice, easy little decimal shift, one spot to the left. And that's going to give me 4 and 5/10. So here we go. We got 4 and 5/10 right here. And now I need to take that and multiply it times 4. And really quickly, guys, that would be a really, really, really easy doubling and halving problem. 4 times 4.5. If I double 4.5, it becomes 9. If I have the 4, it becomes 2, which gives us 18. So now we know that 18 out of the 40 kids, which is the same thing as 45%, wanted to be the quarterback of their team. All right, one last problem, friends, and then we'll go ahead and let you ride off into the sunset for the week. 17 of the 23 kids in a fifth grade class have brown eyes. What percent of the kids have brown eyes? Go ahead and give this one a shot. All right, welcome back. Hopefully you guys struggled through this one a little bit. This one's tricky. So let me go ahead and show you our setup. This one is pretty straightforward. The fraction we're starting with is 17 out of 23. And I want to know, hey, like 17 kids out of 23, what percent of that, or what percent of those kids, or what percent of the class has brown eyes? So there it is. 17 23rds is equivalent to something 100ths. So long story short, we got to get this 23 to become 100. That's what we have to do. And whatever we do to the 23, we're going to repeat that to the 17. And right now what you're probably thinking is like, man, this problem is kind of brutal because both 17 and 23 are prime numbers. So it's not like I can turn 23 into 4 or turn it into 5 or turn it into 10. It's not going to work. So in this problem, the best we can do is to essentially take 23 and divide it by 23 because that's going to turn the number into 1. And then from there, we would have to take that 1 and multiply it times 100 to get our denominator to become 100. So since that's what I've done on the bottom, that's what needs to be done on the top. So if I take 17 and divide it by 23, as weird as it might feel, 17 divided by 23 equals 17 23rds, which is kind of bizarre, but it's true. And so now I have to take 17 23rds and multiply it times 100, which is the same thing as saying add 17 23rds 100 times. And if I add 17 plus 17 plus 17 100 times, that's going to give us 1,720 thirds. So we can't leave it as that. You can't say, oh, the percentage is 1,720 thirds percent. Like, that's improper. You know we can't do that. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to use some division to rename 1,720 thirds. So I'm going to go ahead and set up 1,700 divided by 23 to find out how many groups of 23 23rds there are in 1,700. So in this one, I could try multiplying 23 times 100, because that would be 2,300, but that'd be too much. So I'm going to do 50 instead. So 50 times 23 is going to be half of 100 times 23. So that's going to give me 1,150 to start. So if I subtract that, that's going to leave me with 550 left. So now in this situation, I know that 10 times 23 is 230, which means that 20 times 23 is going to be 460. So if I subtract that, that's going to leave me with 90. We're doing pretty good here. So now I got 23. I can go ahead and do this 3 more times, because 3 times 23 is going to give me 69. And if I subtract that, that's going to leave me with 21, which is the remainder. And we can take that, we can turn that remainder into a fraction. So let's take a look. What do we got? 50 plus 20 plus 3 is 73. So our answer is 73 with a remainder of 21. But since we're trying to find out what mixed number 1,720 thirds is, we're going to turn that 21 into a fraction, 20 thirds. And there's our number. So this right here would be our percentage. As weird as it is, 17 out of 23 kids is the same as 73 and 21 23rds hundredths. Now, what would we do with that? We would probably take the number and we round it and say, oh, about 24%. All right, I hope you found this interesting. Hope you feel challenged. And if you have any questions, feel free to talk to Mr. Rindo about it. All right, take care.